How's it going, guys? I'm back with another video, and it's gonna be a movie review. The movie I'm gonna review today is a movie from the late '90s that it has some fans, but not many people talk about it. It kind of falls under the radar. It's kind of like slips under. It doesn't get much attention. Um, it's from 1997. It's a slasher movie. Like I said, it's one of those slasher movies that doesn't get that much love, doesn't get much hate. It does have a cult following though, so it kind of is a cult classic. That is, I Know What You Did Last Summer. It was written by Kevin Williamson, who also wrote the screenplay for Scream 2, Halloween H2O, and Dawson's Creek, and The Faculty. Those teen movies. Um, Kind of a unique movie, kind of an underrated movie if you think about it. Like this one and a sequel are kind of underrated movies. They said, yeah, they don't get much love. Um, it's about four friends that it's about four friends. These four, when it's graduation, they're driving home on the road. Freddie Prinze Jr., that dude right there, he's driving Ryan Phillippe's car. That's Ryan Phillippe, and he's just driving home. We're not causing trouble. Ryan Phillippe's getting drunk, sticking his head at the fucking sunroof like he always like drunk fuckers do. He when he was drunk, he dropped his bottle of liquor in the car, and he kind of distracted Freddie Prinze Jr. And because of that, they're like, watch out, and they hit somebody. They hit somebody walking home on the road or crossing the street, and it basically sets this whole movie in motion. Um, so what they do, they find a body, and they're worried about their future. Like, oh, if we go to the authorities, it's gonna ruin our future. Oh, we're gonna go to jail. Oh, it's manslaughter. Oh, we're all gonna take the fall no matter what. So what they do, Julie, which is Jennifer Love Hewitt right here, she's the only one who didn't want to do it. So her boyfriend, Freddie Prinze Jr. in the movie, he had no choice because he had no family to get him out of jail, and her other two friends, I don't know. We also have Sarah Michelle Gellar in here, from who was also in Buffy the same year. So what they do, they decided to throw his body in the water, in on the dock, and they come across one of their friends, which happens to he doesn't see what's going on, but he was driving through, and he's played by Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory. Well, once they throw the body in the water, they make a pact to say, we take this to our grave, we don't speak of this to anybody. So and then they go home, but they didn't check to see he was dead, so the person was actually still alive. Um, a year passes by. Julie's in college. Ray, which is Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character, he's working on the docks as a fisherman. Ryan Phillippe's just being at home, and Sarah Michelle Gellar, well, she wanted to be a model, I think. I forgot, but it didn't work out at New York, so she had to work in her sister's store. Her older sister was paid by Bridget Wilson, Sonya Blade from the first Mortal Kombat, and she was also in Billy Madison like 2 years before. So she had no choice but to work in her sister's store. Um, Julie, she goes home for the summer um, from college. That's when she receives a note that says, "I know what you did last summer," and she shows it to her friend, which is Sarah Michelle Gellar, and they both go see Ryan Phillippe, and then they talk about it, and then they think it's one of the other friends, which is Johnny Galecki, because he saw him that night, but it turns out he didn't do it, and well, the killer killed Johnny Galecki's character because originally he wasn't gonna get killed, but because they wanted him to get killed because they wanted the killer to make the killer a threat to the teenagers, to the teens. So that's why he killed them. That's why he killed Johnny Galecki. It was just like but so yeah, so it turns out he gets killed, and then they meet with Freddie Prinze. Um, they're all broken up. Like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Phillippe are broken up. Freddie Prinze and Jennifer Love Hewitt are broken up. Um, so things start happening. Ryan Phillippe, he's working out in the gym, and then his jacket goes missing, and someone's in the car. He thinks it's the character Max, which is played by Johnny Galecki, but he was already killed at the time. So he gets run over, but he doesn't die. He just gets run over and injured. The man pulls out his hook and he just messes with him. That's when you first see the man in the slicker, and you see him. He has something covering his eyes, and he has his hat covering it. Basically, you can't really see him. So he's in the hospital. Uh, they try to figure out who's killing them. Sarah Michelle Gellar gets her hair cut off. He writes the word "soon" on her mirror, and Julie, which is Jennifer Love Hewitt, on her way over there, she gets a body in her trunk full of crabs. And Ray, all he gets is a no, and they think, and Ryan Phillippe thinks accuses him of being the killer, but he's not. So he's also being stalked too. So things start to happen. You know, eventually, eventually the parade comes around, and then there's like this little sing off thingy, this little acting thingy, the lady singing. Ryan Phillippe's on the balcony, and she sees the fisherman kill him, and she causes a distraction. So that's when he starts killing the teens off. Um, After that, the cop takes her home, but then they go to the alley. The fisherman kills the cop, and he tries to kill Sarah Michelle Gellar, but he chases her, which is actually a good chase scene. It's a really good chase scene with suspenseful music. He chases her to the store, and he disappears right when she goes in. He goes into the back of the store. So Sarah Michelle Gellar's older sister in the movie locks the door, but the fisherman already got in there. He killed her, and then the sister discovers the body, so she runs out after being chased by the fisherman. She makes her way to she's nearly close to the parade, but she made a stupid decision, and looking back, like, what the hell? So I was like that's my main flaw. Yeah, she made a stupid decision, but it's a slasher movie. That's what they do. So yeah, because of that stupid decision she made, she got killed among the tires a few feet away from the parade. And then, like I said, 4 people had already gotten killed. Wait, no. He already killed the teens. He already killed the cop, Bridget Wilson, and he killed Johnny Galecki, and he also killed the other dude at the beginning. So, so this is where the climax comes around. Jennifer Love Hewitt, she figures out, like, oh well, it wasn't this person. It was a guy named Ben Willis. Oh, his daughter died in a car accident, and you know, and because she sees the bullet that says Billy Blue, and she thinks Freddie Prinze Jr. is the killer, so she runs, and she meets this guy with a cap, and she said the guy tells him to go on the boat, and it turns out to be a stranger, and she already pieces it together that he's the killer. He's all like, "Oh, it's you, Ben Willis," and he goes like, "So you've been doing your homework too." So he talks to her, and then he chases her on his boat. Freddie Prinze tries to come out. He tries to get her. So he's just about to kill her when he gets his hand stuck in the rope, and he gets lifted up onto the boat mast, gets his hand cut off, and he falls into the water. And then the authorities come. They see the mess. They pick up the bodies, and they lie again. They say, "Oh, you have any reason why this man will want you killed?" And they like no. And then they find a hand with the hook attached to it. And then the guy makes a pun and says, "The body will turn up." They usually do. So let's say another year later, and Julie's back at college. So which means she's back with Ray, which is Freddie Prinze Jr. And she's about to take a shower. She receives a note that says something about a party, and then she goes back into the shower and she sees the room's all fogged up and all that, and she sees the writing on the mirror that says, "I still know." And then the killer jumps out at her, and it ends like that. And then they made a sequel next year. So yeah, so okay, this movie was actually a book first, but the book, nobody got killed in the book. The book, the killer was actually dating one of the teens. They actually go to the authorities, but nobody dies in the book. People get hurt, but nobody dies in the book. It was written in 1973. Lois Duncan, she despised this movie because she did not like that they turned it into a slasher. But yeah, this movie's actually really good. It's a really well done movie. Good acting, good casting. It's not cheesy at all. It's not cheesy. It's actually really good. The effects are awesome. The gore is awesome. Well, it's not really gory. It says rated R for strong horror, violence, and language. But when you're there is some gore, but it's not overly gory. But it's not that bad of a movie. This movie's kind of tame, but I like this movie. This came in the wake of Scream. Um, but yeah, some people I don't get why some people shit on this movie. They're like, I'm not really a fan of that. I'm not really a fan of that meta. I'm like, it's for that time. It was around this time. That was a time of meta. The teen genre, who cares? It's meta with itself. Who cares? It's enjoyable. It's enjoyably good. It's something to enjoy. Um, But yeah, this movie's actually really good, really suspenseful, really creepy, kind of mysterious. The score by John Debney is really creepy. The sequel was actually not too bad. I actually like the sequel. A lot of people don't like the sequel, but I do. But the story's good, the characters are good, the acting's good, the casting's good, the cinematography's good, the score is awesome. Um, if you're a fan of slasher movies, I highly recommend this movie. It's a really good movie. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies I enjoy watching. Um, this will be another movie I'm going to be watching during October. I know what you did last summer. I'm going to be watching this one also during October. Maybe the last week of October. But this movie takes place on 4th of July, so this is more something to watch on 4th of July. But you can watch it any day, any time of the year, so it don't matter. But yeah, I know what you did last summer. You know, kind of a long title, but oh well. You know, it's kind of creepy. Um, it's more of a revenge movie. It basically teaches you a lesson. Like it basically teaches you something like if like oh if you cause an accident, just go help them out, go to the authorities, and you'll tell them, it's just an accident. It'll they're crossing the road in the middle of the night. We didn't know any better, and all that, and maybe you'll get spared. Maybe you'll get spared. You never know. Maybe you'll get spared. They'll probably be like, oh, okay, they'll probably help you out, and you can probably apologize to the person, and you won't have to worry about being stalked. So that's basically what this movie taught me. This movie basically made me afraid to make a mistake like that on the road. Like, made me afraid to be on dark roads, in the middle of the night on a dark road. Because, this might happen too. But yeah, they made a sequel to it called I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. It's more bloodier than the original, than this one. I'll probably talk about the sequel soon, but I love the sequel. It's one of my favorite sequels. Well, that was my review, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. What do you guys think of this movie? Comment down in the comments below. What do you think of this movie? Um, awesome slasher, fun, cult classic, really good. So, well, guys, that was my look into I Know What You Did Last Summer. My review on it. I only gave one flaw with it, but I love this movie. Let me know what y'all think. So I'm signing off. Before I sign off, say like I said before, stay safe. Try to find something interesting to do during quarantine. If you're gonna go out, put on a mask, cover up. Keep 6 feet apart. If you're gonna touch things, wash your hands before eating so you won't get sick. And all this. Those of you who are in school, just keep on doing good in school and doing all that stuff and blah blah. So this is Horror Lives On, signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.